At the start of Chapter 18, June has traveled to Massachusetts to teach an Asian writer's workshop. She wasn't excited about it, and she says this on page 189. Any distraction seemed better than pacing my apartment all day, trying and failing to write a single word. On page 175, June said this.
I am skilled with words.
So skilled with words that you couldn't write a single one? If there's any skill here, it's Kuang's incredible ability to forget what she wrote in her own book. June starts writing and then she says this. After an hour scribbling, these ideas don't seem quite as fresh or scintillating. They are in fact slightly modified versions of my students' writing samples.
Oh, but I'm skilled with words.
Once again, Kuang has contradicted herself. Kuang keeps saying June has good writing skills while simultaneously having no writing skills. Taciturn, of a person, reserved or uncommunicative in speech, saying little. Is this all I can manage now, stealing from fucking children? No, not just children, adults too. June arrives at her workshop to find her students looking at their phones. It turns out her students have found out about her scandal. June has two thoughts. Thought number one consists of her telling the students about the controversy from her point of view and using it as a teaching lesson. It'll be an object lesson in how social media distorts and inflames the truth. This is the truth coming out because you did steal, rewrite, and publish Athena's manuscript as your own. People making social media posts that suspect you of plagiarism isn't a distortion. It's the truth. It's people searching for the truth and finding it. The second thought June has is something I fully expected her to follow through with, given her qualities. Or I could make them regret this, June thinks. Yes, she decides to bully her students.
What is wrong with you?
I used to think that mean teachers were a special kind of monster, but it turns out that cruelty comes naturally. Also, it's fun.
I ought to bitch slap you.
Cruelty comes naturally, and it's fun. Why am I meant to like this bitch? Teenagers, after all, are unformed identities with undeveloped brains. No matter how clever they are, they still don't know much about anything, and it's easy to embarrass them for their ill-prepared remarks. This describes Marxists quite well, actually. June describes a story written by her student Skylar, in which none of the witnesses will cooperate with the police because they have their own secrets and community codes of honor. If you've ever complained that the police can never solve any cases, but you are also a witness who refuses to help the police, welcome to why the police can't solve things. If no one cooperates with the police, how on earth are they supposed to find leads to solve the case?
It's not rocket science.
Part of their job is to ask people questions and then sift through the information to find the relevant bits. You who don't cooperate are the problem, not the police. Why do I know how police work and you don't? Conceit, a fanciful expression in writing or speech, an elaborate metaphor. June describes Skylar's writing as strong, interesting, impressive, inexperienced, and clumsy. The writing is strong. It's very impressive for a high schooler. Still, her inexperience shows. Exposition is clumsy in parts.
The writing is strong. It's very impressive for a high schooler.
Some of those things can't be true at the same time, dear. If you didn't like Skylar's writing because it's clumsy and written by an inexperienced teenager, don't also call it strong and impressive. June says she is going to correct Skylar's writing while encouraging Skylar. I could gently correct these tendencies while encouraging Skylar to think up the solutions herself. She lied because this is what she says to Skylar. Do lawyers grow on trees, Skylar? Maybe they have a spidey sense for marital discomfort? June continues insulting Skylar, and then she says this. By the end of it, I've convinced most of the class that Skylar's story is horrible. I could gently correct these tendencies. Teacher of the Year, everyone! Give her an award! I'm being sarcastic for those of you in the back! June continues insulting Skylar, and then she says this. We've picked her voice and style to shreds.
I could gently correct these tendencies.
Why are you proud of this? June makes it worse when she requests 2 other students to act out Skylar's story just to highlight how cringy it sounds out loud. That's exactly why I read some of these Yellowface quotes out loud. I want to show you how cringy this book is, but I'm not Kuang's teacher. I wouldn't do this to Kuang if she were my student. June continues being evil when she says this. By the end of our session, Skylar was close to tears. She merely stares out the window, lower lip trembling, fingers twisting the top page of her notebook into tiny pieces. You've given your student PTSD, dear. That's not something to be proud of. June describes how she feels to see Skylar dejected. I've won. This is supposed to be a teacher. Don't worry, it gets worse. That hot, vicious satisfaction stays with me through the rest of the morning. Where are you teaching? Hell State University? We're getting a first-hand look at what it would be like if Satan were your creative writing teacher. But at least I've made myself into a terror rather than a punchline, and for now, I'm all right with that. This is what every dictator in history has ever said and felt. June finds another article on her phone after her students have left, and she says this. Just a vague quote that means nothing much at all. Like every line in this book. Unsurprisingly, June receives a call from the workshop coordinator, who informs her that all the students complained about her completely inappropriate behavior. The coordinator reveals she also has the IQ of a spoon when she says this. I'm sure they'll be disappointed. Why would any of the students be disappointed that their class is no longer going to be taught by Satan? I am not sure what I just read. Kuang has turned June into a sadistically evil bint who gets pleasure from bullying a writing student to the point of tears. This is the main character, and she's horrific. The point of a main character is so that readers want to follow them and see what their lives are like. Your readers aren't supposed to want to throw your main characters into Mordor. June is now a rude, fraudulent, narcissistic, insecure, jealous, vindictive, socially anxious, gaslighting, cowardly, unintelligent, plagiarist, blackmailer, and evil attention whore.